eligibility.com/CHGO. It's not something that you need to broadcast to the world. They will do this obviously confidentially, and they do an incredible service for you. So again, BetterHelp. Check it out and get yourself the help that you need.
Real quick, worst job you ever had?
Well, I lasted 3 weeks as a bagger at Sunset Foods when I was in high school, and somebody walked up with two shopping carts of whatever, and I couldn't handle it. I just walked off the job. Actually went into the bathroom, and I came back out. The manager was there. He's like screaming at me, "Why did you leave?" I couldn't handle it. I'm sorry. This place.
I gotta go home.
Yeah, this is not for me. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't have the required toughness to be a bagger. I also lasted at the Cheesecake Factory for 3 weeks, and I had somebody tip me like 3 cents once, and I threw the pennies at them as they were walking out the thing.
You did not.
I think that's assault.
Yeah, could have been assault, but they deserved it.
Take your
Can I get some extra ranch? No, you cannot. It came with the required amount of ranch, and you've had enough ranch. You forgot my drink. I'm sorry. Don't care. Any waiter or waitress out there, you do not get enough love. That is, the service industry is tough. That part of the service industry, I think, is the toughest. You got to be nice to somebody for an hour, so they'll give you $5. Oh,
that's one of the best jobs I've had, was being a server. I have a lot of respect for them, but it also, I think, annoys me more when you get a server that just does not want to be there, doesn't care.
Yeah, but
it's hard to have respect for
you
them.
served at like that place on the lakefront. You had like probably 3 things on the menu.
No, that was like a real nice place at night with like a big menu with specials we had to memorize.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Hoge, I didn't know.
That was a classy place. And like during the day, it was more of like a lunch. Like,
did you wear a tie?
No, it was still like a beach vibe. But I'm just saying, it was like a like a nicer beach restaurant you'd go to like on vacation somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. I couldn't handle it.
When I worked at Dairy Queen in high school, they wouldn't let me work there.
Get that work.
What did I do?
What is that?
No. It's from my people.
You have some lint on your mustache.
Well, thank you for helping me out.
I'm glad he said people.
When I was at Dairy Queen in high school, they wouldn't let me work the drive-thru because I would eat all the brownies, like the little brownies and the candy and stuff. So that's my story. My other worst is that
the Sunnyside brownies.
Not those Sunny. They wouldn't fire me for that. No. And then my other worst is the field being as far away from the fans as possible. Throw that in.
I actually felt that for you. Like I was. Whatever. I don't know why.
There's nothing they can do about it, but I can still cry about it.
There is. They can have practice on the other field. But I once worked at Abercrombie for 6 hours.
Oh.
Wow.
Folding clothes.
6 hours folding clothes. Like 3 people came in the whole time.
No chance.
It was like the old location on Halstead. The music was unbearable, and it was just like repetitive, and I was getting a headache, and it smelled because they make you like spray that cologne every 5 seconds everywhere. I'm like, I'm good. Bye.
You got to watch the Netflix documentary.
Weren't you an usher too? Comiskey?
Wrigley.
At Wrigley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was, I didn't like it, but it was not the worst.
Okay, I need to share at least. I used to work at UPS in the store. I had one weird shipment that I'll never forget. Adult toys and having to bubble wrap them. It was an interesting, couple of minutes for my coworker and I.
I like it.
A lot of different shapes and sizes.
I got to tell you, a good sales.
I said I like it.
Well,
Hey.
a good salesperson at an adult store has got a lot of value in this world. I just want to shout out those people too that just that freely talk about anything. They're very talented. I like what they do.
All right. Well,
Back to football.
Yeah.
back to football. Back to Luke Getsy.
Yes.
All right. So I brought up the false starts, the drops, a little bit of sloppiness today. Again, it wasn't a ton. I thought overall, I've certainly seen way worse practices in my time covering the Bears. But I was curious because, yesterday was a pretty clean day. It seemed like Flus, polls, everyone was pretty happy with the start. And then today was a little bit sloppier. And he said that they were experimenting with the cadences a little bit, and they were pushing them on that. And then my follow-up was, because I remember them working on this last year, and then it seemed like they kind of got away from it once they got to the season, which was maybe an indication that, okay, we didn't have great success with it in practice. We're not going to push it too hard in games. I got the sense I would love to hear what you guys had to say. You were there too. Just that Getsy feels comfortable with Fields' mastery of these cadences, and it's more so of just like implementing them in practice and getting everyone else on the same page.
Right.
And it seemed like today, in just those random 3 times, I counted 3 false starts. Each one was a different player. They were all in different parts of practice for the most part. I feel like it wasn't that big of a deal, and that was a decent enough excuse.
Yeah, I think it's good that, Luke Getsy is, feeling that comfortability with his quarterback, because that's a part of the offense, and that can definitely help out the timing and rhythm and things, and, throw off the defensive line, off their get-off and things like that. So hearing that he has that comfortability, it's just going to take time. We've heard multiple wide receivers now say how unique and, how long it could take to get acclimated to this offense, but that's another wrinkle in it, and I think it's a good sign that Getsy, the offensive coordinator, feels comfortable with Fields to kind of utilize those within the offense, because it definitely should be utilized throughout the season.
I like Luke Getsy. I think Luke Getsy knows what he's doing. I find him to be pleasant to talk to. I also have a hard time. He's very good at not telling you anything. He is elite at saying nothing when he's up there. So it was interesting to what you're bringing up, Adam, that they are trying to put degree of difficulty on the training camp field for the offense, which is a good sign that, hey, we're not trying to dumb it down so you can get something. We're trying to actually to make it a little bit more difficult so when the bullets are flying, you guys will be able to handle it. But I walked out of Getsy's press conference saying I did not learn a whole lot from that.
So there's discussion in the chat of what a cadence is. Your boy Boogie in the chat wants to know what a cadence is.
Okay, so it's like it's the pre-snap actual snap count, like what they're and then like in the huddle they'll tell you this is what we're going on, and sometimes it's different colors. Sometimes we're going on 1, we're going on 2, which basically means you repeat it once or twice. And then different colors can mean different things. I don't exactly know how the Bears do it, obviously. But the
like
more...
what did Peyton Manning say for years?
Omaha. But there was also other things. And, obviously you heard Rodgers say green 80 forever. And that would be picked up on the mic. But you never knew which green 80 they were going on. And then sometimes they'd say different things that would mean different things. But the more variance you have in that, the more the defense is going to be on their heels. They can't jump the snap. You go up there and you snap the ball at the exact same cadence every single time. By the third quarter, they're going to be teeing off on you, right? So, but the problem is every time you put in a new cadence and the more variance there is, remember, everyone on offense, all 11 players, has to go at the same time too. So everyone has to be on the same page. It's just like anything else in offense or defense or even special teams. The more you put in, the more benefit it can have to you because it makes you harder to play against. But it can also lead to more mistakes if everyone doesn't master it. And that is ultimately the battle that coaches have all the time. And I could totally see why last year they tried to do all this, and there was just too many moving pieces, and Justin was still too new to the offense, so maybe they just stuck to 1 or 2 or 3. I have no idea what the number was.
Yeah. But it's also not just the timing, but it's the inflection, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll high pitch it one time to try to catch the defense to jump, but then sometimes you get your own team jumping because they forget what you said on 3. You go and you're making it like you're leading them. So
you can end up like Kirk Cousins. He always has a high pitch hike at one point in a game. It's hilarious to hear.
It does sound like maybe the most fun thing you can do in life is be a quarterback and be able to sit there and try to mess with the defense and just vary your voice.
You've got them at your fingertips.
I think Bragg should have his own cannons. Brick by brick. Brick by brick. Bragg 69. Bragg 69.
Nice.
Look at
nice. Go.
Those two, that father and son duo were looking over at us like we were complete morons, and they're not wrong.
But
no, that's completely accurate.
The big underline here, though, with Getsy is that he has more trust. The relationships are deeper. He did mention today that the conversations that he's having around the offense are way different this year than they were last year because Everybody understands the offense better, so we're going into year 2. We're really learning.
It's about control of the offense. He has control of the offense to where he can take that next step and do, improvising. I'm going to have a heat stroke at some point on this show.
That's at least 10 wins when they have that down. When they've got improvising down, we got 10 wins. 10 wins. Come on.
I'm sticking to 3 syllables. Don't make me go any higher.
The Bears did a great job today improvising. I thought it was amazing.
By the way, the Bears tweeted out the video of the Tyler Scott play we've been talking about.
Good.
So I just put that at Adam Hoge on Twitter.
There we go.
Love it.
There we go.
So,
there we go. Yeah.
Or did the retweet thing or whatever you call it when you steal their video.
Do we want to get into T.J. Edwards and what he had to say about Justin Fields? Because I thought it was interesting that, just in his press, I asked T.J. about DJ Moore and Justin kind of connecting over the middle of the field, how difficult that is to defend as linebackers, because that's kind of their responsibility, especially when they're playing zone. And T.J. Edwards said Justin Fields really tests you with his ability to go through his progressions. You mentioned that Fields has fit the ball into some tight windows. I know, that's the one critique and criticism that I think we probably almost hear the most is, Justin Fields, can he see the field, go through his progressions, and, the timing and doing it quicker. But it's nice to hear from T.J. Edwards. He also mentioned, when he has a visor on, he can't really see Justin's eyes and see exactly where he's looking. So I'm curious to see if that changes once that visor comes off. But, obviously T.J. Edwards played against Jalen Hurts in practice last year and saw his ascension. But he's seeing that he's really testing him and going through his progression. So I think it's definitely a positive sign.
I almost feel like, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he does go through his progressions if he has time. I think it's more about the pre-snap read and knowing when to check it down right away, because he has the tendency to want to hold on to it and look for the home run ball. So I don't know. Do you think that's accurate as far as last year's assessment of what you saw?
I think he, based off of what the defense is showing, there should be an indication for Fields okay, they're in this look, I should go to my check down. But I think it comes with reps, works in progress, and we saw a lot of check downs today. So I think that's maybe that you put the connected dots there. He's going through things, seeing something, and then going to his check down. One
thing that seems to happen often with the Bears offense right now, if they take a deep shot and it doesn't work, or even if it's a middle shot and the play was whatever, the ball's deflected, it didn't turn out the way Justin Fields and the offense would like. They quickly, the next play is it seems like Getsy just throws in a layup, quick out, boom, boom. Let's get positivity back flowing, and then we can work on doing something more dynamic,
which is good.
Yeah,
which is good. And Chip has a comment here that I think I mostly agree with. I mean, I think it's probably a mixture of everything, but he said, I really don't think seeing the field or going through progressions is the problem. It's pulling the trigger, which there is a difference. At the end of the Mitch Trubisky era, we basically all came to the conclusion and accepted the fact that the dude put in the work. He was a great teammate, but he really could not see the field that well. He really didn't have enough of an understanding or grasp of, even if he knew it pregame, when he's actually out there on the field, what the coverages were doing, I don't necessarily view that as the problem with Justin. I do think that sometimes it's trusting what you're seeing. There's a difference.
Yes.
And it's actually ripping the ball when it's there. And today I actually saw an example on an incompletion. I liked that he threw it because Mooney ran like this out and up, essentially. And I knew it the second that he broke outside on the corner, and I can't remember who he was going up against on this particular play. And I'm like, throw it. Like I said it right there, throw it. And Justin did. He put it up there. Now, I don't know if it's a matter of Mooney just not being completely 100% yet, or maybe it was just a great play by the DB that I can't remember who it was at this point. But he ended up being covered when the ball got there. It wasn't a bad throw. It was good coverage, and the ball got broken up. That's okay. It was a deep shot. You're not gonna hit 100% of the deep shots, but you're gonna hit 0% of the ones you don't actually throw. So you got to actually put the ball up sometimes, and I thought that he made the right decision on that play, and it just didn't work out, and you go to the next play.
I love him throwing into tight windows. Let's go. Bang, bang. Let's see what happens.
Hoge just quoted Michael Scott. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
There it is.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Facts.
That's a part of him getting more and more comfortable that he's going to put the ball into very tight windows and trust his guys. Ryan Poles spoke again today. We can get into that for a second. He was, he spoke yesterday. He's been on the radio, and here he came today again to talking to the media for about 5-7 minutes, whatever it was, and he's talked about how how Fields is seeing things quicker processes, and also, which he underlined on day one, was he's looking for improvement. I think part of that improvement is just taking some more chances, which he's doing, and I think he'll continue to do even more.
Yeah, and to that point, I think the one thing, if we're not taking the easy route, and saying best Tyler Scott, I mean, the one thing that really stood out to me today was P.J. Walker. Mm-hmm. So to that point in the conversation, I really thought
you got to shout out our 3-minute recap video.
Why would I do?
I just thought it was funny that your day started in a pool as the sun was rising, with all this excitement. Yeah. I couldn't sleep. It's Christmas morning. And when the dust all settled, your first takeaway was, I like P.J. Walker. I like the backup quarterback.
I mean, it's good to have a good backup quarterback. And it seems like we have one. I understand that.
True Bears fan.
We have a deep wide receiver group, so they're going up against second team. But to this point of just grip it and rip it, I thought P.J. Walker was doing that today.
You and Herb Howard are on the same wavelength, brother. I was talking to Herb.
It's reassuring. I mean, Fields is going to have to come out of snap or a series or, God forbid, a game. I mean, it's going to happen. So now you have a guy that can come in that feels reliable. I'm sorry.
Why would you say that? He's playing every snap of every game all season long.
Yes, that's the goal.
Boo.
I know.
Because now P.J. Walker is going to have the greatest gig ever.
P.J. Walker can't do 50% of the things Justin Fields can do. I'm just telling you that P.J. Walker looked reliable.
But you know what he has? He has a really strong arm.
That's what I'm saying. He was ripping it.
He's fun to watch. This isn't, all due respect, go Cats, to Trevor Siemian coming in last year. When Justin went out, you're like, okay, what's going on Twitter? Now the backup comes in. It's like, okay, this is still very interesting. And he's definitely thrown some good, fun, deep passes and
we get it. There. He's going up against second team defense. He was a starting quarterback last year. He's got wide receivers he's throwing to that are starting wide receivers in this league at some point. Equinemius, St. Brown, Tyler Scott may be a starter at some point in his career. So he's got good targets to throw to, but that was the other takeaway. So we're just talking about gripping it and ripping it. P.J. Walker was doing that today.
And I like how the offense operated. There are certain sequences in the practice where it's Eberflus or somebody's like, get on the ball. It's a hurry-up type of play. One play gets complete, and how the offense has to operate the next play. P.J. Walker was operating it really well. Justin Fields did it too. But I guess that just goes into the understanding that of the offense that these quarterbacks do have and how comfortable they have, just understanding the terminology, what's being asked of them to get everybody set and things like that. We were talking about the cadences. So I think it goes to credit to the coaching staff to get these guys prepared, but for the quarterbacks overall execute on the field when they get out there.
100%.
Do you guys know what August 25th is?
It's a week. It's a Friday. I know that.
And
it's the day.
Besides the start of the high school football season.
It's the day that I show Mark Carman that I am better than him at sports.
Wow.
So you.
I smell a golf wager.
Do you really want to make? I suck at golf, and I will bet you that I crush you at Coghill. You want to make
loser
that bet?
Has to jump in a pond.
Let's do it.
Loser has to jump in a pond.
Let's do it.
What pond?
I don't know. I
well,
assume
not
there's water there.
Hill, or they're not going to let us back. So,
so we'll do Lake Michigan jump.
Oh, whatever. Whatever you want to do, but you're not. You're
January.
going to lose, so we can put up whatever you would like.
In January.
No, not in January. Don't do this to me.
In Braggs' pool.
In January.
How about
the pool?
How about Thanksgiving? Into the lake.
Wait, just I'm going to beat you, okay?
Well, are we making a wager or are we not making a wager?
I'm not jumping in Lake Michigan when it's freezing. No.
Whatever.
Well, what are you willing to bet there?
I thought you were so confident you're better.
I'm going to win.
If you're so confident, then you don't have to worry about it.
That's true.
I suck.
Bottle of whiskey?
That's true.
You want to go bottle of whiskey?
Loser has to fly to
I'll do that one with you.
Loser has to fly to Antarctica.
Angel's envy's getting a little low.
I'm not gambling golf with you there, Sevi Ballesteros.
But that is what is going on August 25th.
That is what's going on.
The CHGO Kickoff Classic.
Let's go.
At Cog Hill. Now you got to come out just to see the battle between these two, I guess. 9 a.m. start, 18 holes with a cart. You get exclusive access to the CHGO and Pins and Aces Polo for all players. We'll be able to purchase that there. And there's a bunch of hole contests, giveaway prizes. Apparently these two are going to be battling it out. Lunch, drinks, ceremony after the round. You get a diehard discount. So if you're a diehard, you should be signing up for this. And if you're not a diehard, you should become one before you sign up for this if you're interested in coming, because you do get a discount on this and all of our events, like the steaming hot baseball game you guys went to last night.
It was very hot, but I had a great time.
Okay.
I had a great time.
Also, don't care.
Do you want to?
No, I don't.
Because he was going to say
Whatever
something
you're gonna
mean
say,
about the White
no.
Sox, and I
don't want to talk about any of it. Other than I had a great time. If you want to talk about the food, I don't want to talk about it.
I understand that you understood what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Braggs went in line to buy hot dogs last night.
They gave me like 6 They charged me like for 6.
They didn't have any hot dogs of the normal size, so they said, why don't we give you 2-foot-long hot dogs? They gave him 2-foot-long hot dogs. Then they gave him the other hot dogs that he ordered, and they charged him for all the hot dogs.
So then I was giving out hot dogs in the stands.
Why didn't you just turn them down?
I said,
because I paid before I realized what was happening.
And they couldn't figure out the credit card stuff. The dude paid for 800 hot dogs last night.
He's walking around the stands like a hot dog vendor.
I'm like, this guy's buying brick by brick shirts for everybody at training camp, and now he's feeding the upper deck at guaranteed rate.
We take care of the people here at CHGO.
Glad your salary is kicking down over there. Good for you.
Well, hey, marry a nurse.
Hey, by the way, we also have the 50% off sale going on right now in the CHGO locker. Select items right now through Sunday are half off, including Brick by Brick shirt.
Get
right
it.
there.
50% off, baby. Everybody giving the Brick by Brick shout today. Appreciate you guys.
Congratulations.
I mean, I've stalled for about a minute now.
You're good. You're excellent.
I can say more. We got 20% off all events. There's even more merch that's not for sale.
I got it in my head about last night's game and hanging out with Rick Hahn. Hey, listen, one of our proud partners who I actually was in there yesterday, Circle K. There's one in right off Chicago Avenue in the city. But anyway, we are extremely excited to partner with our friends at Circle K. You can check out your local Circle K for the best coffee, beer, and snack selection, premium gas as well. This one that I was at does not have gas, but doesn't matter. They've got a lot of varieties going on in all their Circle Ks here. Look for freebies and giveaways down the road. We'll have that for you. Favorite road trip snacks, best deals are going to be at Circle K. Some of your go-to pickups are right there for you. And thank you, by the way, to Circle K for sponsoring CHGO. Visit the nearest Circle K to pick up all your favorite foods.
You guys got to check out Circle K, and you also got to check out Lewis University, because many of the students are adults just like you. Many have full-time jobs and or families, and all of them chose Lewis's supportive educational community to help make their transition back to school as easy as possible to earn a respective degree. 35 miles south west of Chicago and Romeoville, ranked as one of U.S. News & World Report's top-tier colleges, and Lewis partners with numerous employers for tuition discounts and offers evening, online, and blended formats to help balance work, family, and education. Faculty bring real-world experience and instruction to the classroom, which is immediately relevant to your career. And they also offer career support and academic resources for adult students. And whether you're looking to complete your bachelor's or master's degree or enroll in a professional certificate program, Lewis has the right program for you. Lewis offers several career-focused programs that will set you up for success. And we're just going to highlight one here, the criminal justice public safety. First responders, they receive 20% off tuition discount, and tuition is deferred for 6 weeks at the end of each class. And for the adult undergraduate degrees, they have computer science, criminal justice, business programs, and technology programs. And here's the most important part, everybody. Discover how a degree from Lewis can help you build a better world. Learn more at lewisu.edu/you can do this. Again, that's lewisu.edu/you can do this.
$10 super chat from Zachary Hilborn. Appreciate it, Zachary. Who are the top leaders from both sides of the ball that you guys have noticed, excluding Justin Fields? Love the show. Zachary, appreciate it.
The leaders?
Who are the top
leaders? Well, I got to figure out the 19 guys on the leadership council.
Yeah.
Big council.
Big. It's like NATO. I don't know what they're doing there.
Well, DJ Moore.
I don't know. I assume so. DJ. I would say there's
Tremaine Edmonds is definitely one of them.
Tremaine Edmonds, Eddie Jacks. Let's do it this way. How would you pick the captains right now? I would say the defensive captains are fairly obvious. Tremaine Edmonds and Eddie Jackson.
Two guys that spoke
Right?
to us a couple days ago. Yep.
Maybe Justin Jones.
He was a captain last season. I would probably put him up
Was
there.
he
He's still
the first
starter.
tier captain, second tier? They traded all the captains.
They did.
As soon as you became a captain, you got traded.
Do you know who had a lot of energy, by the way, today? Who, maybe he could be
DeMarcus Walker.
DeMarcus Walker.
Yeah. That was going to be my pick of one. Everybody's going to say Tremaine Edmonds. The next guy in line is DeMarcus Walker.
Over Eddie Jackson?
I'm just saying, as far as they're asking leaders from both sides of the ball, Eddie certainly showed big leadership last year. I thought he really took the next step in his career evolution of not just being a talented player, but a leader in the locker room and buying into the Hits philosophy. But DeMarcus Walker, from the one practice I've been to today, you could hear him.
He's vocal.
You could hear him all the way across the second field. He was letting the offense know, and as for fans, that's what we want to hear. Akeem Hicks, we loved Akeem Hicks because he brought it every day at practice. He'd get in a fight every other day with Kyle Long. We loved it. We wanted those guys to it means something to them. And DeMarcus Walker certainly fit that role today.
He was the only dude that I heard out there MFing people. He was
because they knocked down 2 plays in a row. He's involved in both, and he was letting the offense know. So I love that kind of energy.
Offensively, who would you go with as the two so Fields, and then who else?
Is it Cody Whitehair?
That's who I think it
Well,
would
he
be.
said aside from Fields. So you got DJ Moore. And then Cody.
You think Whitehair? Okay.
Yeah, but they're probably going to pick 2 on each side of the ball. So
most vocal talker on that offense. I don't have anybody jumping out in my mind who that would even be.
Whitehair was a captain last year.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying somebody that you would hear on the field.
Stupid.
Like Lucas Patrick was more vocal than Whitehair.
But that's not all about being a captain, yelling out there on the practice
I need
field.
yelling in my captains. I want scream things.
Randomly, just scream things.
And that's voted by the players.
This guy was yelling F you a lot today, so he's probably a captain.
And that's voted by the players. And that's what surprised me last year was when Cody got voted over David Montgomery, who we as fans all kind of assumed was a leader in the locker room. I'm not saying he wasn't, but when you're voted by the players and you don't make the top 4, I'm like, where is this? There's kind of a disconnect. There was, in my opinion, a disconnect to me of why he wasn't voted ahead of Whitehair.
Khalil Herbert probably doesn't get a captain vote, and he spoke today. Incredibly likable dude. Khalil is first class. He's easygoing. He has an honesty to him that is refreshing. Big fan of Khalil.
My low-key favorite moment of the day was when Herb Howard backed him into a corner with the running back conversation because he wasn't involved in the Zoom thing. He's a 6th-round pick. He's not necessarily due for giant money yet. And then Herb straight up asked him, well, you're a 6th-round pick who led the league in rushing. Aren't you kind of the problem? That's essentially what the question was. He handled it very well. He laughed.
He smiled.
Because that's kind of the problem is that you can draft Khalil Herbert, Isaiah Pacheco on a Super Bowl winner last year, and they come in and they
produce.
Do great things. So why do you need to pay Saquon Barkley more than $11 million a year?
That's funny.
That was funny.
David, real quick. David Peters in the chat mentioning Jaquan Brisker as a potential captain type. I agree. I think he has that demeanor about him. It's just a long list of guys on the defensive side of the ball.
We'll put him on the NATO Council.
Yeah, there's 19 of them, so he's on that. Yeah, he's on that.
Still might be a little young. $5 super chat from Alan Watson. I don't think we read this one either. I know Bears fans are praying for a certain wideout from Ohio State, but let's say Justin does accomplish his 4,000-yard goal. Do we still need him?
Yes. His name is Marvin Harrison Jr., and I would do just about anything to have him on the Chicago Bears in a non-weird way.
Jump in the lake
Don't
in January?
even do this, I guess. Yes.
Would you jump in the lake in January?
I guess. The shock of your system. That guy that
Feels
jumps in
good.
the
It's
lake
good for
every
you.
single day,
I can see
365
that, yeah.
days a year.
Cold plunging, man.
Crazy, man.
Yes. If Marvin Harrison Jr. is still available whenever the Bears pick, and I have a feeling he'll be long gone, just based on what I think this team's going to do this year and where I think he's going to be drafted. But yes, I would 100%. I guess you could get him with the Panthers pick, but I think fans dreaming of a top 5 pick for the Panthers is a little.
Yeah, can we
steep.
before we
Maybe
get
top 10, but
Top 10, yeah.
I think top 5 is
Bad division, too, there.
before we get out of here, can we just talk about the statement that was released by the Chicago Bears and the city of Chicago today? Joint statement from Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson and Chicago Bears President and CEO Kevin Warren. We continued, quote, our productive discussion this week that began in early June. We plan to have a regular dialogue with each other and access our respective staffs as we work together to meet the needs of the citizens of Chicago and Bears fans. Can I release my own statement? With that, can I release a statement for CHGO?
Yeah.
We are extremely excited that Brandon Johnson and Kevin Warren are working together to ultimately keep the Bears back in Chicago. We are extremely excited they're making progress in this and look forward to the tearing down of Soldier Field and the building of the greatest facility in the history of the planet that we can all enjoy in the city. And we look forward to this partnership growing in ways that no one saw fit, so the Bears don't have to play in any sad-ass suburb and will continue to play in the greatest city in the world, Chicago. That's my statement.
That's scary.
You just made fun of Nick's suburb.
Don't care
Yeah.
at all.
And the Bears,
Suburbs are for living in and not going to
and the
football games.
Hawthorne Mall's in Lake Forest.
Yeah, you learned that today.
Great.
I learned that today.
Yeah.
I go there every day, basically. I drive by it every day.
Is there
And
any chance that this statement means something, that something good is coming for those of us?
It doesn't.
It's like, hey, we're
It's,
cool now. We're cool.
Arlington Heights mayor, return my phone calls is what it means.
Yeah.
I will say it's considering they were at the point where the city literally wasn't responding to them about normal upgrades to like concession stands that you would like at your football stadium. This is a good sign that things are in a better place than they were under the last mayor when like it just got so ugly. So let's not forget that the Bears still have to play at Soldier Field for at least probably 5 or 6 more years. And regardless of what happens with the new stadium. And so, I think it's better that they're in a better place. I don't know how you're building whatever fake stadium you're building there, Carm.
I'm building it. Is how I'm building it. I don't know how.
And where are the Bears going to play?
They're going to play. Northwestern's going to get through whatever's going on over there, and they're going to build that stadium. And the Bears are going to play there when that thing's built, and they're going to move into their brand new stadium.
I'd say the Bears stadium's more likely to be built right now than the Northwestern stadium.
You know what was my favorite part of the day?
Go Cats!
You know what was my favorite part of the day?
So much enthusiasm.
Walking around this collector convention here, and everyone with their memorabilia. There was a Packer fan walking around with his Green Bay Packer helmet.
That one right there?
Yeah. No, it wasn't that guy, but there's a few losers walking around with their Green Bay
You want to boo them? Boo them.
I think that's actually, it'd be nice. I think that's actually Grambling. I think that's Grambling.
Oh, it's Grambling.
That is Grambling.
You guys
Good
are
call.
mean.
Go Grambling.
Go Grambling. Good save,
That is
Hoge.
Grambling, right?
Grambling or Packers? Was that a Packer helmet? Well, then get out of here.
Grambling.
Hey, come here real quick. Come here.
Bring the helmet.
Show the helmet. I want to ask you a question. Would you get a Jordan Love autograph on that helmet?
No, because it's a...
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Oh, it says Lambeau Leap on it.
Who signed it?
Jordy Nelson.
Jordy Nelson. How much would a Jordan Love autograph devalue that helmet? A lot. Exactly.
Who has a better record this year, the Bears or the Packers? Don't be afraid to say the right answer.
Bears, baby.
Bears,
we like
Bears,
this guy.
Bears.
Okay.
He likes the
I
Niners.
like it. All right. Yeah, because earlier I asked the Packer fan the same question. Like, you going to get a Jordan Love autograph on that helmet? He goes, hell no. And he's a Packer fan.
They know. They
All
know.
right.
There it is. There it is.
I'm like still 70% sure that's a Grambling helmet.
That was not a
It's
Grambling
just
helmet.
they have the same-ish logo, but it's just
I
he's
guess
got
I'm looking right now. Grambling doesn't have the stripe in the middle. Okay.
Why are there so many Packers fans here?
All right.
There's like
they're just collectors. They're not even
But
Packers.
there's
Like
a-
he said, he was a Niners fan, but he's just getting the
Lot of-
you know.
lot
You
of
do know
green and
Wisconsin's like,
but we're in Illinois.
yeah.
It is
There's a
awesome.
lot
Like
of
if you're a
Packer
memorabilia
fans.
guy or a collector like I am, this place is a heaven, and it could get you in a lot of trouble because there's so much stuff for sale. You know, there's lines to meet players to actually get the autograph in person, but then there's just other booths where you can buy stuff. For me, it's right up my alley, and not up Jenny's alley because she hates when I spend money on useless things.
I'm with Jenny. Although you're allowed to get one thing that's special to you today. You
I have
just
more
don't
than
go nuts.
one useless thing in my man cave.
Shout out to the human being that said hello to me, by the way, on the way in. He's just like, Carm. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? And he's like, well, I'm just saying hello. I watch the show sometimes. I was like,
okay.
I was like, well, thanks.
A human interaction.
That was a human
Yeah.
interaction.
Thanks for the recap.
I love all forms of hellos. Like sometimes I get a Carm. This one was a Carm. Kind of, sort of like you a little.
I'm on the fence about you, Carm. That's what that was.
I don't know if I want to say hi to you because
Hey, there was a lot of.
Somebody at practice asked me, who do I like more, Mark or Adam?
what'd you say,
Wow,
Greg?
I'm not,
That wasn't even
look how
the question.
defensive he got. Look how defensive
Well,
he
here's
got.
the problem with you bringing that up right now. Now you have to answer it.
No, I don't. I'll just leave that teaser.
The right
for you
answer right
guys.
here would
He
be
gave some
just say
weird.
Nick.
He gave some weird answer. Well, Carm, like
Nick.
sometimes he's like good, but most
I
times I
said-
hate him. But but
I said me and Carm are like brothers. We talk all the time. So see, you thought I hated on you
I don't know
because you're cynical. You thought I hated on you, but I didn't. I threw you a lot of love.
Your mom gave me such a nice look last night, and I feel bad that I didn't come over and say hello. But she was in the middle of the row. and
What do we make of the fact that everyone at CHGO besides Casey has ignored us the entire show?
Yeah, whatever.
And
I think they're all
Steven
mad.
hasn't.
They're all mad
first
at me.
of all, I couldn't even tell who was behind the computer the
Yeah.
whole show. Steven's here, our
Well,
producer.
they're all mad at me because of the Sox Cubs game last night.
Nah, that
What'd you do?
I made a fool of myself in the fun way. I mean, I had a lot of fun just dancing on the White Sox grave.
I'm glad it wasn't
Congratulations.
there. I'm really glad
way
it wasn't there.
to really.
I did get this cool hat today. Check this thing
What's
out.
the all-time series
Yeah,
now?
it's
Cubs
pretty-
Sox.
It's a pretty sweet
Hey,
hat.
Hey, we're back. Regular show tomorrow, by the way, right, Hoge?
Yes.
Studio
3
H?
o'clock. People don't know. We've had a noon show, a 2 o'clock show, a 3 o'clock show, and a 4 o'clock show this week. So I'm not
Did
sure
we
what our
get to
regular.
all the super chats? Because I know people
Oh.
in the chat were like, "Hey, my super chats," and we got to give our super chats some
But
shout
just to answer the question, we are on at 3 tomorrow, and that is supposed to be our normal time now going through camp, although there's off days, and we'll probably still go at noon on those days. So whatever. Just pay attention to our feeds and stuff like that. We'll and hit the notification button. You're subscribed, you get notification on YouTube. It'll tell you when we go live. All right, what else we got for super chats?
Super chats.
He doesn't have a mic.
I'll read them.
Carm's been reading
I
them.
read 2 of them. So, do you know which ones I read? Because
Do you know which ones
I
you read?
do.
Steven's-
Where are they? Where are they? Is there?
Look at-
Are they
here we
listed?
go.
Are they
Here we
listed?
go.
All right, guys.
Our
We got one from-
producer, my guy Steven. My saving
Thank you.
grace in life.
Way to go, Nick.
Oh, I've had
Appreciate
enough
that.
of you, Braggs. All right. This one from Adrian Shake. Looking at the playstyle of Mooney plus DJ and keeping and seeing A.J. Brown and Smith, don't think they're on that level of player, but the similarities are scary.
DJ Moore and AJ Brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also Darnell Mooney and Devontae Smith.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm loving the comparison games. We're just
I mean,
Yeah.
we're going full.
We're trying to be the Eagles. That's
Yeah.
what this is.
Well, we are. And
Yeah, man, we got the running quarterback.
Well, and by the way, I know Devontae Smith had a breakout year last year, which was great for him because he's a really good player. But like Mooney's had a breakout year too. He just didn't have as good of a year last year for various reasons, including the injury.
Yeah, I don't see the AJ Brown comp. He's a go up and get it. And
I think the comp he's trying to make is more on the impact that it'll have on the football team.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
But if we're yes,
let's go that way. What's next?
All right, this one from Doug Van Dorn. Do you think Fields is going to get hung up forcing it into more, or is he going to embrace how DJ's double teams will leave other guys uncovered?
Great question.
See, I think the existing chemistry with Darnell Mooney will help that. You know, it's not like I don't see it as a big problem. And I haven't seen that. You know, the balls that have been forced so far in camp have not been going to number 2. They've been going to other places.
It feels like today was also the second day of training camp, but I thought today he went to more today than he did yesterday. But I certainly hope that won't be the case. Let's just say it like that, Doug, that he will use the emerging pieces around him plenty so he's not just sitting there throwing in double coverage. That would be super disappointing. But I do think it's on the table. I think it's a fair question.
All right, what?
We got two more from Gerald T., both of them. First one, am I the only one who expects a slow start? There's so many new starters that it makes too much sense. I hate that we got the Packers week 1.
No, and I hate that super chat because we are beating the Green Bay Packers week 1. What's the name of this person on the Doug?
Gerald T. It's Gerald T.
Gerald T. I'm sorry. We got a delay on
Don't hate him. He gave us money. Come on.
Gerald, we are beating the Green Bay Packers week 1. We got Tampa week 2.
We got hold on, I'm pulling up. We have Tampa week 2.
We got Tampa. We are beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers week 2. I think the beginning of our schedule sets up nicely short of the Kansas City Chiefs game, which I don't think we have much of a chance in. But that's okay. I mean, you never know. Right?
I don't think 2-0 is out of the question.
Neither do I, but I do agree.
2-0.
I do agree with the premise that the Bears should, if things go normally, they'll be better at the end of the year than they were at the start. You still have a team that is learning to, itself and coming together.
Absolutely crushed if the Bears do not win week 1. I will be a basket case if they don't win.
We didn't know that.
I know you didn't. And that's why I'm telling you now.
Can you just relax
about
week 1?
They have to win that game, Carm. They have to. And they will.
Great.
Gerald.
Did you see what Sean Payton said today?
I saw that there was a video going around of him smoking a bong. What else did he say?
Wait, what?
Yes. Yes.
Seen that.
Yes.
There's a video of Sean Payton ripping a bong?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's a story with from USA Today's Jarrett Bell where I believe he's defending Russell Wilson, his new quarterback, talking about last year, and he said, Sean Payton said, it might have been one of the worst coaching jobs in the history of the NFL. That's how bad it was.
There we go.
And by the way,
A for honesty.
He's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't remember since Jim Tom Sula was with the 49ers watching a week 1 game and being like, oh, this ain't going to go well. This Nathaniel Hackett thing, this is not. Like, it was that obvious to me, somebody who hadn't really followed the Broncos training camp that closely, just watching the first game and the broadcast is raving about how they allowed Russell Wilson to bring his cadences, bringing the whole show full circle, his cadences to the Broncos instead of making them learn new ones. One problem, they're playing his old team.
It's the best.
They know them. I was like, what is happening? So good for Sean Payton. I love coaching rivalries. Let's get more of that.
All right, 2 more super chats. We got another one here. Gerald T. once again. Do we have a position coach on the staff who feels like an intriguing candidate to replace Getsy if everything goes great and he becomes a head coach?
Okay, everybody needs to settle down about Luke Getsy leaving the Bears.
I did this last year.
Justin Fields threw for 2,200 yards last year.
Fields had 4 good games last year, and then I started slandering him to make sure this didn't happen.
It's one of my funniest things. Like the same fans, like all mad at Getsy for like running the ball on 3rd and long, are like, we're gonna lose him.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, Andrew Janocko could be a candidate for that, but
they'll if everything goes great, Justin has an amazing season, Luke Getsy gets a job, they will promote within. But to that point, one more thing with training camp notes today. We're talking about coaching. Peanut Tillman talking with Jalen Johnson for a good 10 minutes, working on the side. I got emotional as a Bears fan who loves Peanut Tillman, loves that core of those mid-2000 Bears, watching Tillman grow from a rookie to a leader, a Hall of Fame type caliber player, and I mean that when I say it. And then to watch him coaching up Jalen Johnson, it was really cool to see that. For me, I love that they have him on the sideline working with these guys.
I saw your 800 pictures from it.
Thank you.
No, I first of all,
I didn't retweet it though. Maybe Hoge is my favorite.
Was that down by the field that you were?
Because I wasn't sure that was.
Because I didn't see Charles out there. Good job by you. Good spot. Good photos. Good reporting.
I got to give a shout out to my guy Scott Miller. I was sitting with him all day, and he was kind of helping me, keeping my head on a swivel.
The baseball
reporter?
Ray
the barber
Scott Miller, diehard CHGO fan.
Let's
good
go,
dude.
Scott.
Scott Miller. Shout out to you. Had a good time sitting with you today. But yeah, the Tillman conversation, you could see that he was talking to him, not about the peanut punch. I think that's what everybody thinks. He was talking to him. You could kind of tell he was talking to him about reading the quarterback just by what he was
Charles Tillman did other things, by the way. They just punched the ball. I know that's what he's.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, I'm in your defense.
Don't laugh at me.
I'm not.
Let's get Peanut on the show.
Just telling. Yeah, I would. And he was wearing a Cub hat, so shout out to Peanut. But it was just cool to watch him kind of teach him different tricks of the trade, and they both wear 33. Love that guy. Love Peanut Tillman. So that was my other great moment of today's camp.
Ditto, love Peanut. Last one?
Last one from Vibing with the Dogs. Greg, don't cash checks these guys can't cash.
No,
this team is still young.
That's Elise, and her and her boyfriend Isaiah, they, always giving me crap about checks I can't cash and this, that, and the other. And you know what? That's fine, Elise.
Vibing with the Dogs is Elise?
It's Elise from our spaces. Yes.
Our spaces or your spaces?
Well, you go in them sometimes.
I've been in there twice.
All right. Well, that's Elise. And she, is talking smack, being all negative. Last year she was all positive, so she's just trying to, reverse jinx it or something. Don't worry. I'll write all the checks I want.
Settle down, Elise.
Yeah. You and Isaiah.
Frickin' Isaiah.
Anyone else? I was going to say, anyone else eyeing up Jake Flanagan's beer?
Oh, a beer?
Yep, there's beer. There's a bar.
I'm over here. My water bottle ran out on my 800-mile walk over here.
I don't have any water.
I think Nick wants to go, guys.
I'm dehydrated.
We all do.
Yeah, it was 100. The heat index today had to be over 100. That's the hottest training camp I remember. Even the last few years in Bourbonnais, we actually ended up getting pretty decent weather. I cannot remember a practice as hot as today since probably the Lovie Smith era.
It was insanely hot.
If I hadn't gone to Savannah, Georgia, it would have bothered me. But I was tougher than everybody today. Didn't bother me an ounce.
I thought that was beelining for me, for sure.
I was like, this is great.
All right.
Bring it on. By the way, I'll be there tomorrow and Saturday, Gary Ross. Whoever else. I'm all in.
Now Gary's going to think I'm ducking him again.
Going where? To camp?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're going to camp.
What?
It's your job.
These two aren't going. Are you going on Saturday? You're going?
I'm not.
He's not.
What the heck?
Saturday's a normal day off for me, buddy, but I'm going because I'm all in.
Oh, my God. We're going to camp. You're going to camp.
All right.
We'll see you there.
You guys have a good day. But we'll all be there tomorrow, okay? We will all be there tomorrow. It is open to the public again. We're going to have a great day. Justin Fields is going to continue to dominate. We're going to report on everything. I think it's going to be cooler tomorrow, too. Or maybe not.
Saturdays.
Maybe
tomorrow it's going to be ridiculously hot again. Saturday it's going to be cool.
Show live from the mansion.
Yeah.
At 3.
Studio Mansion tomorrow.
Studio Mansion.
3 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have you all covered. Make sure you're following us. If you missed it this morning, the team here and the social media going on, Braggs is tweeting at 6 a.m. at CHGO_Bears. Make sure you're on Instagram, though, too, because a lot of those videos going out on Instagram stories at CHGO Sports. Am I forgetting anything else?
No, I don't think so. Thanks to everybody out here at the Donnelly Stevens Convention Center. We had a great time today, even though
sick of these Packer fans.
There are a lot of Packer fans, but I had a great time.
I've seen more Packer fans than Bear fans.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Hey, Green Bay sucks. Yeah, I'm talking to you two. Yeah, what? Exit, stage left. Our turn now.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Dude, get him, Jake.
We should end the show before Bragg starts a fight.
You only got one ring with Rodgers, only got one with Favre. Losers.
Wow.
What a way to end this show.
I still think your helmet's from Grambling State. All right, we're out of here.
Lame city.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, 3 o'clock. See you then.